Problem 3, we want the domain and the range. Let's deal with the domain first. The domain are your x values. That's movement left and right. So as I'm moving from left to right, I notice that I don't get a value until I get here to -3. And then it continues having a value until +3. Everything, all x's are between -3 to the right-hand side, +3. So x's are between them. Alligators will always eat towards a bigger number, which in this case is the 3, and always will go in the same direction. Now, we have to look and figure out, do we have to put an or equal to? Well, here when we got to -3, it was darkened, so it included it. So I need to say, hey, it includes it. It can equal -3. When it got to 3, notice it was open. It said, hey, it does not include 3. It gets up to like 2.9999, so do not include 3. So there, we're done with the domain. Let's erase all this and look at the range. The range is going to be, hey, the heights, the y values, from where to where? Well, as I start moving up, boom, right at -4, I hit the first spot for my range, and it continues having a value up until I get to the height of 2. So the y, not the x, the y value is between -4 up to a height of 2. Alligators eat in the same direction. Well, here at -4, notice it was darkened, so it included it. So I put in or equal to. When it got to a height of 2, it was open, so it does not. So I leave it without an or equal to, because it got right up to it at like 1.999, but it didn't quite ever reach the 2. Ooh, a little different. Domain and range. The domain are which x's have values. Now remember, this is a parabola. It says that the arrow's saying that it continues, okay? So it continues up forever, and notice it goes a little bit, that was terrible, but it sort of goes up to the right forever, up to the left forever. So if I start over here, far left, notice it's going to have a value up that way. And it'll continue having a value. Even when I go past here, past 5, it has a value, 6 has a value, 7, it's going to have some point up here. The domain is everybody. It's all real numbers. Every x has a value here. Every single x has a value. So the domain is all real numbers. Now the range, not so much. Because on the range, I start at the bottom. There's no values that go with it here. It doesn't hit a value until I get right to -1. And then where does it stop? Well, it continues up forever. So pretty much is from -1 all the way to what? Infinity. But we don't, some teachers would say, oh, we'll write it like this. It's not the way we're going to do it. I don't think that's good. What we're going to do is we're like, hey, the y values, it seems that it's every y that is from -1 up. In other words, every y that is greater than or equal to -1 has a value. That is a better way to write that. Okay. Y, and there's other notations that do use the infinity, but we don't use it when we're trying to say between numbers. So here for 4, the range would be all y's that are greater than or equal to -1, because every y that's bigger than -1 or equal to it has a value. It has it here at height of 0, height of 1, height of 2, height of 3. All those heights have it. Problems 3 and 4.